Alrighty folks, welcome to our Major League Baseball free pick video here today for Tuesday, September 17th, 2024. My name is Brock Page. I've been dishing out free sports picks on YouTube since 2016. And if you want to see who I'm picking in every single game on the slate here today, both the side and the total, you can do that right now on my premium page. Today's written quick pick recap for the entire Major League Baseball slate here today. It's available for Gold Club members exclusively. And with that, let's go ahead and dive right into some free content. We're going to take a look at the Giants at the Orioles, 6:35 Eastern first pitch. San Francisco's $1.20 on the road here, total 7.5. Blake Snell for San Francisco, Albert Suarez for Baltimore. And, Suarez has done a pretty nice job for the O's this season. 8-5 record, ERA in the threes. Of course, at the plate, the Orioles are a top 5 run-producing team. Anthony Santander, he's got 41 homers on this season, 95 RBI. And Gunnar Henderson, he's got the most hits in the lineup. And they're going to face a Giants club who, really doesn't win a whole lot of games for starting pitcher Blake Snell. The lefty's recorded only 3 wins this season, does not have a winning record. Of course, as a team, the Giants are currently on a 4-game skid, and they got shut out 3 times during that short span. Now, 2 out of the Giants' last 3 road games did get over the total. Meanwhile, Baltimore went 3-2 to the over in their last handful at Camden Yards. Give me the Orioles plus $1 over 7.5. Next game, Braves, Reds, 6:40 p.m. East. Atlanta's $1.15, totals 9. Grant Holmes for the Braves, Brandon Williamson for Cincinnati. And the Reds do have a losing record at the Great American Ballpark. They're currently 3 games below 500 in their home contests. And a lot of that is due to a lack of base runners. The Reds strike out a whole lot, and they average just 7.6 hits per contest at home. And they're going to face Grant Holmes, who's got an ERA in the threes, averages a strikeout an inning. And this Atlanta pitching staff has been dominant on the road. They're striking out more batters per 9 while traveling than any other staff in the league. Now, injury-wise, Will Benson, he's questionable for the Reds. And when it comes to the total, 7 out of Cincinnati's last 10 meetings with Atlanta did get over the total. So if you're into historical trends, plenty of overs to go around. Now, they also allowed 9.3 hits per 9 in those contests. Give me the Braves minus $1.15 over 9. Next matchup, Dodgers, Marlins, 6:40 p.m. East. The Dodgers are minus 195, totals 9.5. Bobby Miller for Los Angeles, Derek McGaughan for Miami. And through just 6 innings of work this year, the righty McGaughan's got an ERA of 9 flat. And even if he does have a good showing here today, the Marlins are the lowest run-producing team in the National League, so I'm not really looking for them to put up a whole lot of runs. Now, out of Miami's last 10 gatherings with the Dodgers, they've certainly struggled with Dodger pitching. They were held to just 7.1 hits per 9 during that time frame. They're certainly going to have to do better than that. LA's a top 3 run-scoring team. Shohei Ohtani's got 47 homers, 108 RBI. And Mookie Betts, he's got an on-base percentage of .385. Now, 3 out of the Dodgers' last 4 road games did get over the total. 7-3 to the over in their last 10 at any location. Meanwhile, the Marlins saw their last 3 straight at Lone Depot Park get over the line. Give me the Dodgers minus 1.5. Wait, is that 1.5? Yeah, Dodgers minus 1.5 over 9.5. All right, next game, little AL Central action. Twins, Guardians, 6:40 p.m. East. Cleveland's minus $1.25, totals 8. Gavin Williams for Cleveland, Zebby Matthews for Minnesota. And, for some reason, Zebby continues to get put out there on the mound. He's 1-3 with an ERA in the 7s. The definition of an innings eater. Of course, at the plate, the Twins have, really struggled with Cleveland pitching. They're averaging just 2.8 runs a game in their last 10 head-to-head gatherings. So once again, if you're into historical, trends, you certainly want to think about that one there. And they're going to face Gavin Williams, who's averaging over a strikeout an inning for the Guardians. And in their home games, the Guardians currently have a .630 win percentage at Progressive Field. Jose Ramirez has 35 homers, 107 RBI, and Stephen Kwan's got an on-base percentage of .364. Give me the Guardians, -$1.25. Next matchup, AL East, Red Sox Rays, 6:50 p.m. East. Boston's -$1.30, total 7.5. Nick Pivetta for Boston, Shane Baz for Tampa Bay. And both clubs with some areas of concern in this matchup. Tampa Bay does not like the hit for Shane Baz. He's just 2-3 on the year despite some solid outings. Of course, for Boston, similar situation there. Pavetta's got 156 strikeouts and a 1.14 whip, yet he comes into today's contest with a 5-10 record on the season. Now, total-wise, the Rays have gone 60% to the over in their divisional home games. That said, though, 8 out of their last 10 ball games at any location fell under the line. So if you want to see whether I'm making a play on the money line total or against the run line in this one, this game is being featured as my $1.99 daily best play on my premium site. It costs just 6 cents a day for 30 days worth of access. You'll get one premium selection of mine every single day during that time frame. Next matchup, NL East, Nats, Mets, 7:10 East. The New York Mets are -165 in Flushing, Queens, total 7.5. Tyler McGill for the Mets, Mitchell Parker for Washington. And Parker's just 7-9 with an ERA in the 4s. Of course, at the dish, the Nats are a bottom 10 run-scoring team. And they're going to face Tyler McGill, who's punched out 73 batters in just 62-plus innings. Of course, at the plate, the Mets are a top 10 hit-producing team. Pete Alonso leads the roster in homers. Brendan Nimmo has an on-base percentage of .336. Give me the Mets, -165. Next game, Tigers, Royals, 7:40 p.m. East. Another AL Central game there. KC's -165, totals 8. Cole Reagans for the Royals, Casey Mize for Detroit. When it comes to cashing in on the run line, the Tigers did cover in 3 out of their last 4 road games. They're also 7-3 against the run line in their last 10 at any location. And this Detroit pitching staff is definitely thrown well away from Comerica Park. They're in the top 5 in the American League and fewest runs allowed on the road. And for some reason, the Royals took the loss in 3 out of their last 5 Cole Reagan starts. Just 3.8 runs a game they averaged during that stretch. Of course, as the team, the Royals took the loss in 4 out of their last 7. Of course, total-wise, 3 out of Detroit's last 4 road games got over the line. They're also 17-7 of the over in all of their contests against AL Central opponents away from home. Give me the Tigers +1.5, over 8. Next ball game, A's Cubs, 7:40 p.m. East. Chicago's $1.55, totals 8.5. Jordan Wicks for Chicago, Mitch Spence for Oakland. And Spence is just 7-9 with an ERA of .433. The A's are currently a bottom 5 run-scoring team on offense. Meanwhile, the Cubs on the other side, they've done a terrific job in interleague play. They're currently 15-6 against the American League at Wrigley Field. And in their last 10 gatherings with Oakland, they've hit A's pitching pretty well. They averaged over 6.8 runs a game during that time frame. Ian Happ has the most homers and RBI on the roster. Nico Horner, he's got the most hits. Now, 3 out of the Cubs' last 4 at Wrigley Field did stay under the total. They're also 61% to the under against American League opponents. Give me the Cubs -155, under 8.5. Next game, Phillies, Brewers, 7:40 p.m. East. Philadelphia's -$1.35, total 7.5. Zach Wheeler for Philadelphia, Frankie Montas for Milwaukee. And the Brewers do continue to play well for Montas. They got the W in 7 out of his last 9 starts. Meanwhile, for the Phillies, Zach Wheeler is 15-6 with 199 total strikeouts. And when it comes to the number, more conflicting factors there that make this one tough to pick. The Phillies saw their last 4 straight on the road all get over the total. But the Brewers on the other side, they saw their last 4 straight at American Family Field all stay under the total themselves. So if you want to see whether I like the over or the under in this one, as well as either the Phillies or the Brewers, I got a pick for both the side and the total on my written quick pick recap on my premium page. It's available exclusively to Gold Club members. Next matchup, NL Central, Pirates, Cardinals, 7:45 East. St. Louis is $1.45, totals 8. Lance Lynn for St. Louis, Bailey Falter for Pittsburgh. And Falter's got a winning record on the year. The Bucks have a winning record against the run line in their divisional road games. And they're facing a Cardinals club on the other side who failed to cover in 4 out of their last 7 at Busch Stadium. They also have a losing record against the number in all of their divisional ball games. And out of their last 10 meetings with Pittsburgh, they've certainly struggled with Pirates pitching. The Redbirds averaged under 3.1 runs a game during that stretch. Now, as far as this season's concerned, St. Louis is a bottom 5 run-producing team in the National League. Now, 6 out of the Cardinals' last 7 in front of their own fans stayed under the total. They're also 8-2 to the under in their last 10 at any location. Meanwhile, the Buccos went 60% to the under in their last 10 themselves. Give me Pittsburgh plus 1.5, under 8. Next ball game, Blue Jays, Rangers, 8:05 Eastern, first pitch. Texas is $1.35, total 8.5. Nathan Eovaldi for the Rangers, Chris Bassett for Toronto. And both players with some pretty good stuff happening this season. The righty Bassett's a double-digit game winner, 164 strikeouts on the year. Meanwhile, Nathan Eovaldi's got an ERA in the 3s along with a 1.08 whip. Now, total-wise, 2 out of the Blue Jays' last 3 on the road did stay under the line. They were also 60% to the under in their last 10 at any location. Give me the under, 8.5. Next game, NL West, Diamondbacks, Rockies, 8:40 p.m. East. Arizona's $1.45, totals 11. Jordan Montgomery for the D-backs, Ryan Feltner for Colorado. And Feltner's just 2-10 with an ERA close to 5. Of course, that's been a huge issue with the Rockies this year, their pitching staff. They're allowing more runs and hits per game than any other organization in baseball. And unfortunately for them, they're facing the highest run-scoring team in the game. Ketel Marte leads the club in homers and hits. And Eugenio Suarez with the most RBI. Of course, as a team, the D-backs did get the W in 7 out of Montgomery's last 10 starts. It was actually 7.4 runs a game they averaged during that span. Now, 3 out of Arizona's last 5 road games did get over the total. They also went 60% to the over in their last 10 at any location. Give me Arizona minus 145, over 11.5. Next game, White Sox, Angels, 9:38 East. LA's $1.55, total 8.5. Totals 8 flat. Griffin Canning for Los Angeles, Davis Martin for Chicago. And for some reason, the White Sox are currently on a 3-game winning streak. It was actually 6.3 runs a game they averaged during that span. They're going to face a 5-13 Griffin Canning, who's got an ERA of 5.35. Of course, as a team, the Angels are on a 6-game losing streak, and their pitchers gave up 40 total runs in those losses. Now, 6 out of Chicago's last 10 ball games did fall under the total. The Sox also went 4-1 to the under in their last 5 Davis Martin starts. Give me Chicago plus 1.5, under 8. Next game, Astros, Padres, 9:40 p.m. East. Both teams are minus $1.10, pretty much a coin flip, total 7.5. Michael King for San Diego, Hunter Brown for Houston. And the 11-win Hunter Brown's got 168 strikeouts with an ERA in the 3s. Meanwhile, Michael King on the other side, pretty impressive, himself. He's got 12 wins with 191 strikeouts himself. Now, the King's last 3 straight starts also fell under the total. San Diego went 60% to the under in their last 10. And now Houston saw their last 4 straight road games stay under the line. I like the under 7.5. And with that, we're going to jump into our next and final breakdown for the video. It's going to be in that Yankees-Mariners game, 9:40 Eastern first pitch. The New York Yankees are minus $120, total 7. Luis Gil for New York, Brian Wu for Seattle. And, the Mariners continue to be the worst hitting team in the game. They strike out 10.4 times a game at home. That's obviously a league worst. And no real surprise here, folks. Seattle averages fewer hits per 9 than any other roster in baseball. And they're going to face a 13-6 Luis Gil, who's got an ERA in the 3s along with a 1.17 whip. Now, the righties also punched out 156 batters and just 135-plus innings. Of course, at the plate, the Yankees do have the ability to outscore anybody. They lead the American League in runs per game. Aaron Judge has a league best 53 home runs, 132 RBI. And no real surprise here, folks. Judge has the highest OPS average in the major leagues. Now, Juan Soto's got an on-base percentage of .414, wins above replacement average of 7.3. Give it the Yankees minus $120. And with that, folks, we're going to dive into our quick pick recap. I like Baltimore plus $1, over 7.5. Atlanta Braves minus $1.15, over 9. Dodgers minus 1.5, over 9.5. Cleveland Guardians minus $1.25, getting the job done for some money line cash. I have no free pick available for you in the Red Sox-Rays game. Give me the Mets minus 165 money line. Detroit plus 1.5, over 8 runs. Cubs minus 155, under 8.5. No free pick in the Phillies-Brewers game. Pirates plus 1.5, under 8. I like the under 8.5 in the Blue Jays-Rangers game. Arizona minus 145, over 11.5. White Sox plus 1.5, under 8 runs. I like the under 7.5 in the Astros-Padres game. And give me the Yankees minus $120, getting the job done for some money line cash. And with that, folks, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on my premium page. And just a friendly reminder, if you do end up getting a membership here today on my premium site, you're going to get access to that membership every single day for the next 30 days. And as an added bonus, you're also going to get access to all of my cheaper memberships during that time frame, absolutely free. They're going to be included with your membership. Of course, that's why I always tell folks that Gold Club package, it's a full access, all-inclusive membership. Gives you access to every single premium selection of mine, every single package, every single day for the next 30 days. And as an added bonus, you also get access to my exclusive Gold Club video each and every day during that time frame, absolutely free. It's included with your membership. We break down each and every one of our premium selections in video format, little further detail. You also get access to my written quick pick recap that is available only to Gold Club members. Gives you a written play on the side and the total for every single game on the slate for that day. And with that, folks, for that particular sport. And with that, folks, that's going to do it for me. Got to thank you for joining me right here on the free video. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, folks, happy Tuesday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my premium site at patreon.com/BrockPage.